Leveling Day. The reaction will be up later. Twitch and Patreon if you want early access. But hey, we got some pre-solo leveling hype. Episode 8 PV from Mr. A Boy Dude Reviews. Let's get it.
Warning, heavy spoilers for Solo Leveling Season 2 Episode 7. You have been warned. While I thoroughly enjoyed Solo Leveling Season 2 Episode 7, I must admit that I hated the way it ended. That cliffhanger well and truly annoyed me because
Yep, because it's a cliffhanger. This guy is just... Cliffhanger is his ops.
it was so good and it just ended like that. Just when the
And I guarantee you, this coming episode probably gonna have some sort of cliffhanger nature. Because every fucking episode needs to do something to hint at what's about to happen next week. Therefore, it's gonna be a cliffhanger. So every episode, you're gonna be mad.
fight was about to kick off. How can you do that to me, A1 Pictures? Oh well, it is what it is. Go check out my full review for that episode. But while we wait for tomorrow's episode, we don't have to actually wait too long to actually see this episode in full motion. As Solo Leveling Season 2 Episode 8's full trailer PV has finally been revealed. And mate, it looks absolutely fantastic. Before I break this trailer down, I just want to let you guys know that I am an anime only and I have no idea what's going to happen in the
That's right. Leave him alone. Let him cook. Let him cook with his theories. Be respectful.
future. So if some of these theories of mine don't come true, then it is what it is. Please avoid from spoiling any manhwa details so that me and other anime onlys will not see those spoilers, but in
That is impossible, like we do in every video. I dare not go scroll down in the comment section because you know it's just spoiler landmine zone there.
in case you do want to spoil, put a large spoiler warning alert before you type in the spoilers. That would be cool for me as an anime only. But let us look at these new scenes from the trailer of Solo Leveling Season 2 Episode 8. The first scene in this new trailer is Jinwoo fighting this Golden Master warrior that Sung Jinwoo was confronting at the end of last week's episode. Sung Jinwoo is so slick in this shot. The way
Yeah, he looks very confident. That look right in the face of the demon warrior. No shock, no panic, no nothing. Nonchalant, piercing through the armor with his gaze. And here is my prediction. I already talked about it before. I believe that this is a female. The female demon that we saw in the opening. Why? Her movements when Jinwoo was pressing her while killing off the rest, it looked very feminine. What does that even mean? Well, just the body language of her backing off like that felt a little girly to me. Is that misogynistic? All right. Next step. Why did they let her live and not everyone else? 3 of them killed immediately with the focus in the middle one. Now, you could say in this picture too, she's more colored in. Therefore, she has more importance. That's why she can't be killed off immediately. Sure, sure. And the last thing? The ear. Look at the ear. Notice the helmet has these shapes. That matches her ear perfectly. So in this fight, I expect Jinwoo to win and maybe even break off the helmet. And then the female face will show up. And then Jinwoo will be like... I don't know. He's not going to riz her up. But I just expect something like that to happen. And it'd be unfortunate if we did kill her off because she has a really cool design.
this shot, the way he's just dodging the golden armored warrior's attacks, looking incredibly badass. The next shot, we actually see Sung Jinwoo remove the golden armor helmet from the warrior, so I can only assume that Sung Jinwoo has defeated this warrior. Sung Jinwoo looks so cool in this shot, the camera perspective.
I don't see any blood. I don't see any blood. It looks like the helmet's just been simply knocked off. I don't think the head's been cut off.
He's so dominating in this pose. The red sky, oh my gosh. It's like he's in the dark pits of the underworld. The next shot, we have a very nicely lit shot of Sung Jinwoo's face. I do feel like in this shot, he is talking to the armored warrior after removing their helmet. As in the next shot, we see an eyeball glitching.
Whoa. That eyeball detail is crazy. I wonder what kind of moment this requires. Is it one of those glitching animations that we saw from Barca and Tusk as well? You know, whenever they're talking about, hey, you're different, Shadow Monarch, why are you here, stuff like that. Maybe the Demon Girl's also having one of those moments.
And the glitch only happens to those magical beasts inside the dungeons. We know it happened to the Ice Elf leader and it happened to Carligan. When the Ice Elf glitched out, he was going to reveal something to Jinwoo, but all we know is that these dungeon creatures cannot reveal anything big to Sung Jinwoo and the humans. All we know is that these Ice Elves and Carligan elf monster orcs have one goal and one goal only, eliminates the humans, and to avoid killing anyone that they deem to not be human. The next shot we
oh shit, the ants! I wonder, because like we know that Baraka and Tusk, they're different from the demons. Because the demons, you cannot arise, right? There's a annoying restriction where even if we wanted to take these demon soldiers into our army, as soon as we enter that demon castle, it says restriction, you can't do it. So that's really unfortunate, right? But besides that, I wonder why they're different. Because this is like an instance dungeon, right, of the system, rather than like an actual gate, right, that hunters with bid for and can enter. This is something specific to Jinmu only. So knowing that, how different these demon people really are. And last episode, there was a mention of the demon monarch as well. Monarch is a huge term. Now, some people are saying it should have been like demon king, and monarch was like a translation error by Crunchyroll. I don't know how true any of these comments are, but keep that in mind.
Deemed to not to be human. The next shot, we see a red flying ant flying away from a war-torn high street.
I'm gonna assume that the two people that the ant showed up to last episode has died then. I mean, there's no way they're gonna survive it. But if you look at the background here, it's like a palm tree. That's not really Japan, is it? So I wonder if this is a different area, because I think last episode, I was assuming that the red ants made contact into Japan. And maybe this is just JEJU still. It straight up just could be a scene of JEJU Island. I think that makes a lot more sense. The background, again, just doesn't really look like Japan.
Once a thriving neighborhood, now turned into a war zone thanks to these flying ants. I think this is the flying ant that appeared in last week's episode.
It could be, yeah. This could be like the flashback of how the ant like killed and evolved and flew out and made contact with Japan. I could definitely agree with that.
That's confronted those two men. After all this time, we are finally diving into these flying ants. They have been teased constantly in multiple episodes in the past. And I was very irritated because I was so curious on what these flying ants were. These guild leaders would talk subtly about it in the past, but then brush it to one side as no new updates were being revealed yet. But now we have this new shot in the trailer.
It is unreal how much they've been teasing and glazing these ants even before season 1 started. Maybe the trailers, I think, showed something. I can't remember. The only thing I can remember of the trailer now, the season 1 trailer, is Chahein's ass. But in episode 1, it starts off with a failed Jeju Island raid. So finally, it is culminating to this boiling point, and I hope that it delivers.
With their hunter chairman in the center of the room with 8 other men and the surveillance team leader, seeing what these flying ants have been doing around the town. You see one body on the floor and I'm like, damn, we just don't know too much about these flying ants. But one thing we know is that these ants are quite deadly, and by the serious stern look of the Hunter Association leader looking quite serious in this shot, I can only assume that these ants are going to be a thorn in the Hunter Association's thigh for possibly quite some time until they defeat them, if that's even possible. But then we cut.
Oh! What the? Now that I look at this guy, he could be the warrior. He has the ear. No, it's too big. It's too zoomed in. Nope, no, I'm still gonna die on the hill. Nope, this is the dad. Nope, this is the dad. I don't give a fuck. Nope. I'm still gonna die on the hill that this dude is the dad of the demon warrior girl in the opening. Okay, going back to the ant stuff. We do know what the ants are, right? These ants are not like some mythical beast that came out of nowhere. They are dungeon breaked monsters, right? If you don't clear the dungeon break happens and the monsters come out, and that's what the ants are. The fact that they're evolving is really concerning though, right? So the evolving nature, can that be applied to every other monsters as well? If we failed the red gate, could the ice elves come out and started evolving? That's kind of scary thought, right? And no doubt that Jinmu will be the person to clear Jeju Island raid. There is no way that the main character of this show, who is currently being glazed up and being, staged as one of the most important characters in the world right now, is not going to have an impactful moment. He's probably going to clutch. I don't think he's gonna just save them immediately, because the hero has to always show up at the end. So hopefully they approach this in like a One Punch Man or an Eminence in Shadow what's the word, system, where focus on everyone else, focus on the other S rank hunters, other A rank hunters, other parties. They're going to go in there, they're probably going to get fucked up, then when, you know, you need the hero to show up at the last moment, maybe Chae-in will be like, please, someone save us. Boom! Jinwoo pulls up with his JBL speakers playing Fetty Wap, and he'll just say erect, and then boom. Everything is just saved, and we just pop off, and we'll probably be getting ant soldiers into our army as well, assuming that these are the same as, you know, every other summonable monsters that we can summon.
Until they defeat them, if that's even possible. But then we cut to this Lucifer-looking dude, and the man looks uneasy.
The mustache is unreal. Is this the Demon Monarch? I mean, Demon King probably, but Demon Monarch?
Dude, and the man looks uneasy. We cut to this wide shot of him sitting on a throne. You see his warriors on either side, and the people that he is talking to appear to be Sung Jin-woo, and oh my gosh.
Yeah. I see the ears. You see the ears, right? We see the ears, right?
Is this the golden warrior that Jin-woo was fighting?
Yeah!
I mean, I know it's quite blurry when you zoom in, but...
Oh my god, a boy dude reviews. Right on point. No troll, no rage bait. He is locked in.
But look at the armor, dude. Even the height kind of matches the
and the ear holes, dude.
Small frame of the golden warrior. It does seem like after Jinwoo's fight with this golden warrior, Sung Jin-woo must have been like, take me to your leader. And I do feel like this Lucifer looking man.
That's what I'm talking about. Hey, Demon King, I got your daughter, bitch. Now, give me the ingredients so I can save my mom.
And is the final boss of this dungeon. And I feel like the reason why the Lucifer-looking dude was looking quite uneasy is because Sung Jin-woo has defeated his warrior in battle. And
so
Sung Jin-woo has come to face him in battle. But I am not too sure what
the fuck? Demon language. What in the moon runes is this?
This next shot is. Sung Jin-woo seems to be looking at some sort of scroll. I'm not too sure what it is, but could this be the final item that he's been searching for?
We need a translator.
The next shot, we see Sung Jin-woo and Winnie the Blue fighting off some...
Winnie the Blue? That's my man Tank, but alright, keep going.
Fighting off some green magical beasts. Judging from the tail of this one, it appears that he is fighting off some dragons, awfully similar to that one silver dragon that we have seen. It also appears that Icarus is also fighting alongside Sung Jin-woo. This one shot of some...
The background art does not look anything like the Demon Zone though, right? It's got a lot of grass, a lot of greenery. It's more vibrant.
Fighting alongside Sung Jin-woo. This one shot of Sung Jin-woo with the blood flying past him in slow motion looks incredibly cinematic, showing us how much of a badass Sung Jin-woo is. Next up, we see Guildmaster Choi and the lovely Chai Hai-in, the dancer. And to me, it does appear like these two are discussing the flying ants, as Chai Hai-in seems to be taken aback by what Guildmaster Choi just told her. I can only assume that these two are going to prepare for battle against the flying ants, gather all their troops, possibly evacuate the city, and hopefully save the day. But will their powers be enough for the mysterious?
Hell nah. There's no way they're gonna be enough. They need Jinwoo to show up. Because that's the story. Again, if Jinwoo doesn't save everybody in their moment of need, where's the hype? Right? Think about the hype factor, bro. Think about season 2, episode 6, right? That strike party got wiped. And then at the last moment, Jinmin was like, Ki-hoon, come on, boy, say the word. Please save us. You have my word. Boom. And then he goes solo leveling, right? And then we just pop off an aura farm. And that's the whole payoff for this show.
Flying ants. This next shot, we see a silver dragon from one of the preview images on Tuesday. And to me, it does appear that this silver dragon is some sort of pet or subordinate of the demon castle's...
Yeah, it could be. Hand-drawn, no CG.
Final boss, which we see him here in all his terrifying glory, was solo leveling inspired by My Hero Academia, as this one demon has flames flickering from his eyes. We actually get a full...
I don't think so, right? Flames around the eyes is not like the MHA thing, right? It never looks secure, but I feel like, you know, this is not specific or coined by MHA. Anyways, let's keep cooking.
One demon has flames flickering from his eyes. We actually get a full shot of the demon castle boss. And is it me or am I getting Lord Beerus vibes from Dragon Ball Super? It might be the
color. Yeah, the color of his skin. But other than that, I'm not sure.
Purple.
Also, his outfit's crazy, bro. Dude, this is a fucking endgame female video game armor. Look at this slut. Bro, he just has shoulder pads that just basically just cover this nipple here. And like this one like man thong armor down there. Oh my god, look how much skin he's showing.
Coloring, and just by the way his face is drawn
Dear
as well.
Lord.
But I am digging.
1 second. Just fixing audio issues. And 3, 2, 1, and we're back.
Be the purple coloring, and just by the way his face is drawn as well. But I am digging the white flames. That seem to be some sort of hair for him.
Yeah, it does look like his hair, huh? It's pretty cool. It's all flowy.
Flames. That seem to be some sort of hair for him. Whatever the case is, the next shot we see what appears to be his subordinates all coming out from these portals. The way they are designed, I do feel like they look awfully similar to the Lucifer looking man's warriors early on. So I can only assume that this Lord Beerus looking.
I thought that maybe this is like the Demon King. That's like, oh, you're threatening my family, my daughter, then so be it. I'm gonna transform into big bad monster. But this could be a separate entity entirely too.
Final boss of the Demon Castle is in fact the Lucifer man, fully transformed.
I think that's a very fair guess. I think that's the most intuitive guess that you could have, but I think it's still possible that it could be someone else entirely different.
Formed. In the previous episodes,
Demon Monarch mentioned again. Demon Monarch Baran resides in the highest floor. Collect his soul. It'd be kind of, I don't know. I feel like this Demon King guy, like, which one is which? I feel like this is gonna be the Monarch since we're actually fighting him, right? The guy with the man thong. But the dude on the throne, like, if we're trying to riz up that demon girl, it's not really in our favor to kill her dad. You know what I mean? Like straight up from a character relationship point, if we're trying to flirt and riz up the demon girl, do we want to kill off the dad? Well, maybe we could become her daddy, but that feels a little mean in spirit. So maybe they are separate things, and the Demon Monarch is this big purple monster instead.
Sung Jin-woo did confirm that this man's name is the Demon Monarch Baron, and it seems like Sung Jin-woo will have to go all out as the final shot is of him activating his Shadow Warriors, and he seems to be unleashing a huge amount of power. So I can only assume Carligan Tusk, Winnie the Blue, Igris, and Iron will all be fighting alongside our boy Sung Jin-woo as he tries to take out the Baron. And it does appear that Sung Jin-woo is getting tired of looking up, as the title episode is called Looking Up Was Tiring Me Out.
Oh, that title. What does that imply? I'm tired of looking at you, giant monster. So I'm gonna take you down so that your head will be on the ground like Tusk, and I'm gonna look down on you. I think that's the implication of this title.
I suppose it is some sort of reference to when he was looking up at Carligan, and he seemed to be overlooking up at these quote-unquote powerful foes, as he knows he can easily defeat them, and Baron seems to be no different. I can only assume that Sung Jin-woo will defeat the Baron and add him to his Shadow Warrior collection, but
that would be so cool. If we can... No, but we can't though. This dude, again, probably is a different entire being, right? In the Demon Castle, you can't arise anybody. This guy's probably also, you know, part of that exception. But the term Monarch is very interesting, huh? So far, we've only known about the Shadow Monarch, but now we know a Demon Monarch also exists. And I feel like that's kind of crazy in terms of lore, right? This dude, does he also have a leveling system? Does he understand the system? He must be fundamentally different, just like Jinmu, right? Just like what Tusk was saying before he got killed. It was like, oh, you're the Shadow Monarch, then why are we here? And blah, blah, blah. So that's some endgame plot that they're slowly sprinkling in. Hopefully they introduce some more themes about what monarchs really are.
But this title could also be in reference to the Flying Ants. Maybe we're going to be introduced to a new character who has actually witnessed and fought the Flying Ants before. And whenever he looked up at them and had to fight them, he or she has probably grown tired and fatigued over looking up at the Flying Ants and just wants them to be eliminated.
That's not too unreasonable to assume, but I think intuitively it just makes more sense that it's referring to the demon dude instead.
As these ants are no good for humanity. But overall, this episode looks like it's going to be a treat in terms of Sakuga quality animation. So many people online are already hyping this episode up. Mate, I cannot wait.
Even if it has better animation than episode 6 though, I don't think I'm going to be as hyped up compared to episode 6. Because animation quality is not the only thing that I look at. In fact, animation quality is sometimes one of the factors that I don't even judge as important. I care more about the story. Good animation quality, I'll always welcome it. And it's a cherry on top if we get something amazing. But the story elements surrounding episode 6, how he was smurfing and saving a party of elites that was just getting trampled, setting that kind of stage where he's saving everybody, right? That is super hype. This is big dude shows up and we're gonna have a movie quality fight. That's not that hype to me, but it's still gonna be very entertaining to watch.
To watch this episode tomorrow. I'm looking forward to seeing the animation, the fights, but also the plot development regarding the flying.
Ooh, the person that did Ichigo versus Yuhawk. Kano. Well, if Kano's doing it, you know that this is gonna be goated. Yoshihiro Kano, right? I'm getting better at memorizing these AD names. This dude is goated. He was part of this, you know, he also did, you know, a bit of episode 6 as well, right? So Takeuchi, still benched. Still not coming up just yet. Maybe he'll show up during the JEJU stuff, but if Kano's like, then these are all like S-rank hunters, man. These are S-rank ADs.
Ants. But regardless, I cannot wait for Solo Leveling Season 2 Episode 8 to deliver absolute potential greatness. But tell me in the comments down below.
This is the last step before saving his mom. I do not give a fuck. This, getting the last ingredient for mom's potion has little to no weight in my engagement and investment to the show compared to Jinmu saving an elite squad of A rank and B rank members as they're literally dying in front of them. Mom is in a fucking hospital chilling the entire time. Like, are you really gonna say that you care more about random demon fight here compared to what we saw in episode 6? The ridiculous hype fiesta that was only created because of the other A rank parties just like failing? There's no way. For me, it's not even fucking close. The level of hype that was set up for episode 6 to pop off. But I'm not saying that this fight's gonna be bad. It's gonna be amazing. It's probably gonna be even better looking than the, you know, the Tusk fight. I'm just telling you that there are reasons why better animation doesn't mean more hype. The story elements must align for it to all come together. Please go check out A Boy Do Reviews. Boom, 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 boom. Go click the link on the chat. Give him a like if you did. Sub to his channel if you want. And I'll see you on the actual Soul Leveling reaction.